They're doing it on purpose. Former casino executives, dealers, and floor managers are finally speaking out, and what they're revealing should alarm every Vegas regular. The Strip is emptying, not by accident, not because of economic downturns, but because casinos made a calculated decision: push out the middle class and bet everything on high rollers. But here's the twist they didn't anticipate. The whales aren't showing up either. And now, with occupancy dropping to levels unseen since 2008, with iconic resorts considering closures and 40,000 casino employees facing potential layoffs, insiders are finally breaking their silence. One former MGM executive told me, "We were instructed by corporate to make things so uncomfortable for low rollers that they would self-select out." No one said it that bluntly in official meetings, but that was the strategy. Let me take you through exactly how they executed this plan, why they believed it would work, and why it's now backfiring so dramatically that some properties might not survive 2026. 1. The secret memo that started it all. In October 2022, a leaked internal strategy document from a major casino operator, obtained by CDC Gaming Reports, outlined what they called the Premium Guest Initiative. Sent to executives across multiple Vegas resorts, the directive was clear: optimize revenue per occupied room by cutting promotional spend on sub-premium guests, while boosting high-value guest acquisition. Translation: stop rewarding regular players with comps and go all in on attracting millionaires. Anthony Curtis, publisher of the Las Vegas Advisor and a 40-year Vegas industry veteran, explained in an August 2024 interview. Around 2021 and 2022, casinos reviewed pandemic-era data and realized something. With capacity limits in place, they were forced to be selective. And they discovered they could make nearly the same profit at 60% occupancy with premium pricing as at 95% occupancy with value pricing. That was the light bulb moment. Why work harder when you can work less and earn the same? But here's what they didn't foresee. Casinos weren't just reducing promotions. They were building systematic barriers to make budget and mid-tier players feel unwelcome. David Schwartz, casino historian and former UNLV Gaming Research Center director, documented this in his 2024 analysis, The Reshaping of the Las Vegas Strip. Schwartz found that casinos coordinated pricing strategies across properties. When one raised table minimums, others followed. When resort fees rose at MGM properties, Caesars matched them within a week. This wasn't competition, it was coordination. A former Caesars Entertainment regional director, speaking anonymously to the Las Vegas Review-Journal in March 2025, said it plainly: "We had quarterly calls discussing competitive positioning. Everyone knew what everyone else planned to charge. No one wanted to stay cheap because that would attract the wrong element." Think about that. Casinos built on the dollars of teachers, nurses, construction workers, and truck drivers now labeled those same patrons as the wrong element. The four-step elimination protocol. Interviews with 9 former casino employees, from pit bosses to marketing directors, revealed a clear pattern. Casinos didn't announce plans to drive away regulars. Instead, they followed what insiders called the four-step protocol. Step 1. Price anchoring through resort fees. In 2016, the average resort fee was $25 per night. By 2024, it had jumped to $47 to $50 per night, according to resortfeechecker.com. Here's the kicker. Resort fees aren't arbitrary. A former MGM revenue optimization analyst in an RMA, we calculated the maximum fee we could charge before guests canceled. We called it the pain threshold. Each quarter, we nudged fees $2 to $5, tracking cancellations. As long as cancellations stayed under 8%, we kept pushing. By separating fees from room rates, casinos could advertise $79 rooms while effectively charging $130 after taxes and fees. Guests discovered the real price. They were already committed. Frontier Airlines CEO Barry Biffle criticized this in a June 2023 earnings call, noting resort fees were hurting ancillary airline revenue. Casinos didn't care. They were measuring different metrics. Step 2. Table game reconfiguration. Alan Feldman, former MGM executive, revealed that from 2020 to 2023, studies showed reducing active tables while doubling minimums increased revenue per square foot. A former Bellagio pit boss told the Wizard of Odds in April 2025, with a $10 table, 7 players average $15 per hand. Raise it to $50, and 3 or 4 players average $100 per hand. You need fewer dealers, fewer supervisors, but make more money. High minimum tables also psychologically push players to bet more. By 2025, blackjack tables under $15 on the Strip dropped from 34% in 2019 to 11%, falling to 4% on peak weekends. Step 3. Slot optimization. Slot machines have a hold percentage, the casino's cut from wagers. Legally, machines must return at least 75%. On the Strip, modern slots hold 90 to 93%. Between 2019 and 2024, hold percentages rose every year. 2019, 7.89%, 2020, 7.94%, 2021, 8.02%, 2022, 8.11%, 2023, 8.19%, 2024, 8.23%. With $10.8 billion wagered on Strip slots in 2024, every 0.1% increase added $10.8 million. But the real secret? Volatility scheduling. Machines were adjusted for higher volatility, bigger jackpots, but fewer, smaller wins, burning through player bankrolls faster. Players lasted less time, casinos made the same profit faster, and floors freed up machines for the next guest. Step 4. Loyalty program devaluation. Loyalty programs once offered real value. Gamble, earn points, redeem for rooms, meals, and shows. By 2024, these programs were devalued. MGM Rewards increased points for free nights by 23%. Caesars Rewards eliminated fixed tiers, introducing dynamic pricing. Wynn Rewards reduced tier credit earnings by 15%. The comp dining changes were especially brutal. Corporate mandated a 30% reduction in free food and beverage, implemented via blackout dates, limited availability, and surcharges. One high-tier player found that redeeming points could cost more than paying cash. The result? Players either gave up or spent more money anyway. 3. Testimonies from the inside. These weren't just business decisions. They were deliberate. A former Bellagio host wrote anonymously in March 2025, "I was told to stop servicing players with an average daily loss under $1,000. Loyal customers who came for years were ignored. One retired teacher couldn't afford her usual trip when comp rooms disappeared. She asked me what changed. I couldn't tell her the truth. We decided she wasn't profitable enough." A Venetian dealer shared a similar story on TikTok. "We eliminated $10 craps tables after 6 p.m. Regulars like Mr. Liu left and never came back. 50 people disappeared, gone forever." A revenue management executive confirmed projections. The models predicted losing 20 to 30% of our customer base over 3 years, but increasing revenue per room by 45 to 50%. On paper, it worked, if high net worth guests filled the gap. They didn't. 4. The whale fallacy. Casinos assumed ultra-high net worth guests would replace the middle-class visitors. They were wrong. Baccarat revenue fell from $1.02 billion in 2023 to $989 million in 2024. Baccarat tables dropped from 142 to 131 in the same period. Bowen Bernhardt, UNLV, explained, "High rollers are fickle. They travel globally. Vegas is just one option among many. You can't rely on whales to replace loyal middle-class customers." Andrew Klebanow, casino consultant, added, "The whale strategy is a fantasy. They're disloyal. They spend big once, then vanish. You can't build a business on them." Even mid-tier players are pulling back. A 2025 American Gaming Association survey showed 47% of frequent Vegas visitors reduced trips due to cost, and 62% visited regional casinos instead. 5. The empty properties nightmare. Midweek occupancy tells the real story. 2024 midweek. 76.4%, down from 82.1% in 2019. Some non-flagship properties were running 55 to 65% midweek occupancy in early 2025. Rows of empty slots, deserted blackjack tables, open restaurant reservations, a ghost town in a city built on energy and excess. A cocktail server told KTNV in January 2025, "My tips have dropped 60%. Hours pass with nothing to do, yet management expects business to pick up." Josh Swissman explained the feedback loop. Empty floors scare visitors, damaging Vegas's brand and momentum. 6. The staffing death spiral. Fewer customers mean fewer staff. Fewer staff means worse service. Worse service drives away more customers. Culinary Workers Union Local 226 reported a 7% reduction in full-time positions since 2022. Experienced dealers and servers are leaving the industry entirely. Reddit and r/Las Vegas are filled with complaints about dirty rooms, indifferent staff, and closed restaurants. 7. The breaking point. Vegas is approaching a crisis. MGM delayed a $1.2 billion Luxor renovation. Caesars shelved a new tower at Paris, Las Vegas. Bloomberg reported multiple properties exploring sales or restructuring. Clark County predicts a 4.2% drop in gaming tax revenue and a 3.8 to 8% decline in room tax revenue for 2026. Analysts warn some properties may not survive. 8. What comes next? Industry insiders are split. The former MGM executive revert to volume, lower table minimums, cut resort fees, improve loyalty programs. Painful short-term losses, but long-term survival. Anthony Curtis, Vegas has recovered from crises before. A correction may happen in 2025, 2026. Andrew Klubenow, the damage may be permanent. Middle-class players were alienated, and many may never return. For you, the Vegas regular, the story is clear. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't inflation, bad luck, or demographics. It was deliberate. They chose whales over loyalty, short-term revenue over long-term sustainability. And now the city is paying the price. But there's still hope. If enough voices speak up, if loyal players demand change, Vegas can recover. It won't be easy, it won't be quick, but it's possible. So share your story. Comment if you've been priced out. If you're a casino worker, describe what you've seen. Former insiders, reach out. The more people speak up, the harder it is to ignore the damage. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe. We're not done uncovering this story. Vegas doesn't have to die, but saving it requires admitting what went wrong. What went wrong is simple. They betrayed you. Now the question is whether they'll admit it and change course before it's too late. Thanks for watching.